Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking about like last week we had studied about the data type, data structure and the NumPy array, right? So today we will be looking at Python if else elif statement and then the loop function. So if is something like a condition that is getting fulfilled. So basically if my condition is to print do this activity for me or do this task for me, if that condition is not true, follow the other instruction. Okay. So here I have written it like if 5 is greater than 2, then print me 5 is greater than 2, right? So as 5 is greater than 2, it will give me an output as 5 is greater than 2. So this is the if condition, right? If I want to see whether this condition also gives me output, I say 5 is less than 2, okay, then print the same thing. So what it is saying now, if a condition that 5 is less than 2, that is 2 is greater than 5, then print this. Okay, so if I run this, I will not get any output because this condition is not fulfilled, right? So I have not got the desired output. Okay, when my condition is getting fulfilled, okay, then only I get a desired output, right? So this was related to only one condition, that is if. But if I have like a condition, I have two conditions. Okay, if that number is greater than 2, okay, then print me the number is greater than the other number. Else print me that number is less than the other number. That sort of condition there when there are two conditions. Okay. For example, I'm writing it like something like this. If A is greater than B, okay, then what you give me, you print me that A is greater than B. A is A is greater than B. Okay. Else what you do, else what you do, you give me print A is less than A is less than this sort of condition, right? So what I have to do, I have to initialize two number here. For example, I am initializing A equal to 10 and B equal to 15, for example, first case. Okay. So these are my two A and B that got initialized. Okay. And now I'm saying if my this condition is getting fulfilled, A is greater than B, then I will get an output as A is greater than B. Okay. But if I am not getting this condition fulfilled, then it will come to my else part and it will give me A is less than B. Okay. I got it. The output as A less than B. So what happened? It has seen A value is 10. Okay. And B value is 15. So is 10 greater than 15? No, right? So it will not come into this section. It has directly gone to else section and it has given me output as A is less than B. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood this condition, right? Else
Yeah.
if else, right? Now the third condition is something elif. In Python, we have something as elif. When first condition is not met, go to the second condition. If that condition is not met, go to the third condition. If that condition is not met, go to the else part. And in n number of condition, if you want to apply it. Okay. In that case, for example, if I write something like if any variable like for example you are using a number of social media, right? So if you are using like Instagram, then go to Instagram. If you are using FB, then go to the FB. If you are using Twitter, go to Twitter, right? And number of social media you are using it. So for example, if social media equal to Insta, okay, as an example. Then what you do, you print me it is Instagram. For example, I'm just writing like this. Okay. Now I'm also using suppose Facebook. Okay. Elif if this social media, okay, equal to FB. Okay. Then what you do, you print me is FB. Okay. Suppose now if you are using, again for example, you are using suppose you are using Twitter. So elif social media equal to Twitter, suppose. Okay, then what you do? You print me it is Twitter. Okay. If none of the condition is getting fulfilled, then you come out and then what you do? Then you print it. Then you print it. None of the social media is okay. So what happened here? I have kept three conditions, right? First was if social media is Instagram, then it will tell me like it is Instagram. If social media is FB, it will tell me it is FB. And if I am using social media as Twitter, then it will tell me Twitter, right? If none of the condition is getting fulfilled, then it will come out and it will print none of the social media you are using it. Okay, so let me define this first social media. Social media as suppose I'm defining it first time as Twitter. Okay. So first it will go and check whether social media is Instagram. It will come out. It has not fulfilled the condition. It will go to elif part. Now if it will go and check whether social media equal to again Twitter. It is not there. Again it will come to this elif part, and now it will go and check it. Social media equal to Twitter, right? So it got matched, right? So then it will print me it is Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, it has printed me it is Twitter. Now if I go and change this to suppose Google Plus. Okay, now I've changed my social media to Google Plus. So first it will go and check the Insta. It is not there, right? Then it will go to LB part and it will check the FB part. Here also it is not there, right? Now it will go and check the third Twitter part. It is not there, right? So it will come to the else part and it will tell me none of the social media you are using it, right? So
Yeah.
condition checking at each and every step. It will tell me none of the social media you are using it. Okay, so when we have multiple conditions that we have to process upon the data, we would be using if else, if elif else. Okay, understood this concept, right? If else and elif. Now we will go into the loop. So in Python, we have basically like for loop and while loop. Okay, and then we have something conditions as continue, break, and all. Okay, so we will see those things. So let us start with the simple for loop. Okay, so whenever we want to iterate any kind of process, okay, Whenever we want to iterate any kind of process, we go and use for loop. Whenever we want to automate or anything that are redundant again and again we are doing it, we will put it into for loop or any sort of loop, while loop or for loop, whichever is applicable in that condition, which in that condition, and we will try to automate those steps. Okay, and for that we would be needing the concept of loop. Okay, so let me create here one list for example. I'm creating as my list, and I can put any sort of number right inside this. I got this. Now in list, how we can access the element? Either we can go and write my list, right? Remember the list, right? List concept. Or I can write underscore my list, the index position, right? Index 0 will
Yeah.
give me 1, right? Now I
Yeah.
want to iterate it and I want to see all the observation in this, in my list. So other way, what I can do, I can create a for loop for I in my list, print all the observation that I have. Print I. Okay, so what it will do, from all the observation that is containing in my list, it will go and put it in I. Okay, and it will keep on printing I until all the observation is printed from my list. Okay, so if I run this, you will see an output of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this became an iterative process, and until and unless all the observation got over, it kept on printing these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the observation. Okay, so mainly to automate or iterate any sort of process that was redundant, we have used here for loop. So this I can be anything. Okay, this is just a variable. You can use any sort of uh, variable. So for example, I can use for j in my list. Okay, print j. I will get the same output here. Or I can use something as ASDF. Okay, in my list will print ASDF. Okay, same thing. So this is the variable. It depends on me what I am passing it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can also print some other text in place of this. Okay, the number of observation as many as there are present. For example, here are 7 times this observation is present, right? And I don't want that number to be printed as an out. I want some other number to get printed. Okay, I can do that as well. So what I have to do, I have to just for I in my list, suppose, and then what I can do, I can print something else here. As many time it will go and see the observation. So now everything got assigned to this I, whatever observation was there, right? And for all observation, I just want to print hello. Okay, so I can do that as well. So you will see all the 7 time it has gone and printed me hello instead of each and every observation that was present in my list. Okay, so that also I can do it. In the print statement, I can go and print out, put it there, right? I can also do any sort of mathematical manipulation with the help of loop. Okay, for example, I want to just get even number from here. From my list, I just want to get even number from my list. So for that, what I have to do, I have to write something for I in my list. Okay, and I know, like, there is a condition of taking even number, right? What is that? Observation divided by 2 should be equal to 0,
0.
right? That mathematical expression, right? So what I
Yeah.
will do, I percentage 2, that is equal to 0, right? Then you print I. So what it will do, it will first go and assign all the observation to this I, right? And then again it will go and do this mathematical operation. I percentage 2 means I divided by 2, and if it is equal to 0, right? Then only you go to this print statement and then print my I, right? So I have now observation from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? So wherever it will get 0, so this 2 or this 4 or this 6, right? It will get 0. Only those number would get printed. Okay, sorry, not come here. Okay, why this is not getting here? For I in list, my list, okay, I percentage 2 equal to 0. This should work, right? I
If condition
percentage.
you need to put, if condition.
Oh,
Can
sorry.
put.
Yeah. Correct. So there will be an if, right? I have directly used this one. If I percentage 2 equal to 0, then it should go and print for me, right? I run this. Now you will see only 2, 4, and 6. Right. I was just using I percentage 2 equal to 2. I have to use if also there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got this. So I can also use these mathematical operations. Got it? I can also use if else also in this. With for loop, I can also use inside this if I want some other condition also to be included, right? So that also I can use it here. Okay. For example, if I want to assign a new variable, and in that variable I want to see some kind of sum, right? For example, I'm creating a new list. Okay. New list as suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 example. Okay. And now I want to add all these numbers. Okay, it's kind of like a cumulative sum. Okay, so 1, it should give me 1, it should give me 1 plus 2, it should give me 1 plus 2 plus 3 value, it should give me 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 value, right? That kind of cumulative sum I wanted. So those things also we can do with the help of for loop. So for that, what we have to do, we have to assign a new variable, and it should be like when a condition is met, you should go and add that number in that new variable that I have assigned it. Okay. For example, I am creating a list sum, suppose. Okay, and I'm assigning first observation for me is 0. Okay. Now I'm writing a for loop here. For I in my list. Okay. So list sum is equal to list sum plus I, and then it should print me the list sum. Okay, so what it will do, it will go with one by one observation. It will keep on adding here. Okay, and then it will keep on printing one by one the summation. List name, I have not ran this code. Okay, and I have not ran this code.
First one
So,
for I in new list. Okay.
so what it has done? First is 0, right? So 0 plus I, 1. So 1 got printed. Okay, now list sum is having 1, right? So 1 plus 2, right? So now it will be 3. Okay, now list sum is having 3, right? 3 plus 3, right? This I have 3 value, right? So it is 6. So it is giving me a cumulative sum. Got it?
No, this is for I in it should be new list.
Okay, sorry. I have kept my top list only.
Yeah. Now fine.
Okay, so let me again. Now it is coming up, right?
And now
So this my list, I can remember this one only and I ran it.
yeah.
Okay. So 1, 3, 6, 10, and 15 we got it. Okay. So this was related with for loop. So for loop we can also use with the help with the string as well. Okay. Same thing would be with the help of string also. So for example, I'm defining something as my string. Okay. And my string I'm defining suppose hello world. Now I'm writing a for loop. For I in hello world. Sorry, not hello world. For I in my string. Okay. I in my string print I. And this string. So you will see hello world is printed here. Okay. Now if I want to print some other letter for this, for all the observation that is there, that also I can do. So for example, in place of hello world, I want to print Python. Okay. So I can do that also. So everywhere, the same way what we were doing it for integer, right? The same way we are doing it with the Python. I mean the string part. Okay. Any doubt? Anything?
No doubt.
Right. We can also use for with dictionary, right? We were looking at those things, right? Mm. How we can access the key, how we can uh, access the item and all, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Dictionary. Okay. So how to create dictionary? Create
My
dictionary.
Key then value.
What is remembering? Right. This is the way we create dictionary, right? Key value pair, right?
Yeah.
Where we are passing a key and then their value. Key and then value. Key and then value. Right.
Yeah.
So now I have my dictionary in place. So I have key and then I have observation. I have key, I have observation, I have key and observation, right? So
Yeah.
now I want to see what are my key pair in this, right? What are how many keys I am having. So what I will do for I in my disk, I will print I, right? So I will
Yeah.
get the key 1, key 2 and key 3, right?
Yeah.
Now if I want to get just the value for I in my DICT, right?
Yeah.
Dot value,
Dot
right?
value. Yeah.
Dot values, then it will give me print I. Invalid syntax for I in my dictionary,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I have a value of 100, 200 and 300, right?
Yeah.
Now if I want to see the key and then the value both, key and then the value both, right?
Yeah.
Right. So for that I have to write something for I in my dictionary dot items,
Dot
right?
items. Yeah.
Print
I.
I, right? So what I will get all the three, not all the three. I will get the key and also I will get the observation. I will get the key and I will get the observation. I will get the key and I will get the observation, right?
Yeah.
Everything, right? We can also use something in when we have kind of nested list or we have a two-dimensional list. That time also we can access all the observation. For example, I'm creating a list of 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, for example, creating my list. How to create list? Dimensional list. Hello. How to
Mine
create
list.
two-dimensional list? Okay,
Yeah.
this is my list, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8,
So,
9. Now I want to the length of whole list. Okay, so there are 3 lists in I'm having, and now I want to see the observation. So what I have to write, for I in my list name, okay, for I in my list name, print I. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can access list also with the help of for loop. Okay, so this is something related to if else, elif, okay, and with respect to for loop. Okay, so tomorrow class we can see regarding this while loop. Okay, any questions, any doubt?